Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So I think you've heard about the VEO model. Actually, it's a model that was created by Google and DeepMind. This one allows you to create ultra-realistic videos with images and sound. Honestly, it's really something impressive. So everything you're seeing today can be done in just a few seconds with this API, with this model. We're going to try using n8n to integrate a system capable of generating videos for me every hour and publishing them on all social networks. Everything you're seeing today on social media, you really need to be very careful. They are generally created by VEO3 AI, and honestly, they look really realistic. It's truly incredible. So we've set up a workflow capable of creating scenarios on its own, also creating the video and publishing it on social networks. So why are we doing this? You have to be very careful. It's the trend. Look at this TikTok channel here. It has 355,000 followers. Keep in mind, this is a channel that was just created a few days ago. That's impressive. With 4.2 million likes, it's incredible. It only has 12 videos. I was able to create the same video in just a few seconds. I'll let you listen to a bit of this video as a demonstration. It's not easy being the king of the mountains. It's a cold challenge. So, this is a video that was just created. Of course, I've created several using simple prompts thanks to this system. And today, my goal is to show you how to integrate this workflow, how to save in an Excel file all the scripts you'll see created with the videos. And above all, at the end, I'll give you documentation that shows you how to even upload this workflow. There will be all the documentation and all the prompts I've used. Don't forget that today, VEO is trending, so everyone is using it. You should use it to create your videos, your shorts, your reels on social media. And don't forget that we're using n8n because after comparing it with all the tools available on the market today, it remains the best tool to give us the right results. So stay until the end. I'm going to explain all the steps I take here to make this workflow a success. Thank you. So the first thing to do is to download the workflow. You just need to fill out this form and click I want the n8n templates. The address of this site is n8n Dr. Firas VP. This will give you the ability to download the workflow. Once you have the workflow, you'll simply need a n8n server to install it. If you already have a server, that's great. You can go directly to importing the workflow. If you don't have a server, I'll show you in 2 minutes how to get a pre-installed unlimited server and start using it right away in less than 2 minutes. There's the option to get a server directly from the official n8n website, but there are two issues with that. First, the price is a bit expensive. So here we're talking about a price of around $24 per month. And the second issue is that the number of active workflows is limited to just 5, which is very few. The alternative we have today is to use a Hostinger server. I'll give you a special link that will take you directly careful to the n8n server. That means we need a special n8n server where we can run the workflow. It's not a regular website server. You absolutely have to go to the page and find the n8n logo as you can see here. I'll put the link in the description for you. And I'll show you how you can get an even cheaper server. I was able to negotiate with Hostinger from my YouTube community, a coupon that will allow you to get a cheap server. You simply need to select the second option, which has 2 processors, because 2 processors are more than enough. And this one allows you to have an unlimited number of workflows. Yes, you're not limited to 5 workflows. No, you can add all the workflows for all the tests you want to do. Click here on select. Let's go. We're simply going to come here and click on. We're going to add a promo code that's normal to get a discount. Here you just type in Dr. Firas. And there you go, you apply it and you'll see that the price will get a second discount. Here we're talking about 199 euros. That's great. So I can select 24 months and actually click on continue to start the installation of the n8n server, which is already pre-installed. We'll just go through a few next steps to be able to access the import of my workflow onto your new server. Let's go. So the first thing to do is to select the location of your server. So here it's not very important, but for me, I choose France since it's the server closest to me. I click on continue. Next, you simply need to search for n8n. Either you type n8n or you go to the application section here and you'll find n8n. Be careful. Sometimes when you search for n8n, it may show you different version variations. There's n8n and there's n8n QMO. Choose the most popular one, which is this one, as it's the simplest. Here you'll find the basic installations. Then you simply click on Select. Select will simply take you to this mode. Here it suggests a small piece of software that will help you, saying that it's an antivirus that will block unknown external connections. You can take it, it's free. I click on Next, and now it will simply ask me to create a password to access n8n on the VPS server. And here, you simply go here, you click here, and it will suggest a default password for you. Or you can create your own password. And here, this is the name of your server. You can copy and paste this one. In any case, you can retrieve it later, but you should simply copy and paste this URL and your password somewhere safe. And that's it, you're done. You will simply click here on Finish. And then what it will do is start the installation and, if you will, the creation of your server. Generally, it will take a maximum of 5 minutes to get direct access to your server, which is a pre-configured n8n server. You won't have to type any lines of code. You will have direct access to your dashboard to, create your first workflow. And that's it, it's done. So it shows me a message indicating that the installation was successfully completed. And now I can simply access it to manage our dashboard, our server. So on this interface, you have the option to change the language here. You can set it to the language you prefer. And you can see here that my server is up and running. That means I have an online server that will be running for the next 2 years. So it won't shut down. So every time I create a workflow, it will be active and operational online. And to manage this server and simply access your n8n, you'll find here a small option called Manage the Application. You'll see that when I click here, it will take me to my n8n interface. And so for the final step, I just need to enter my email address, my last name, my first name, and a password here. This interface is one that will secure my access to n8n. The other access we had earlier was access to our server, but this one is actually access to n8n. So here I just encourage you to fill in this information and of course keep it in a safe place. And there you go, we're almost done. Last step, it asks me, do you want to receive a key or a license to activate your free lifetime license for your workflow? And of course, I'm going to click here to actually receive a code. It's a key, in fact, that will unlock the workflows for life and for free. All right, I've received the key online in my email inbox. What am I going to do? I'm simply going to go here actually into my configuration area. And you'll see here in settings, you have the option to add your key. So look here, there's this option that lets you add the key. You just have to click. And now I'm going to copy and paste my key. And there you go. Now my key has just been activated. You'll see that here, I now have unlimited use of my workflow. And that's it. Now my n8n server is ready to be installed. If I come back here to my dashboard, I'll simply have the option to easily start a new workflow by clicking here. Well, once the server is installed, you'll click here on Create Workflow and then click here to import the workflow from your computer. Be careful, you need to download this from the website I mentioned earlier. On my own website, here you click to select the file. Just a quick note, the file is usually a zipped, compressed file. You need to unzip it first in order to access a file that ends with .json. That's the file you're interested in. You click on Open, and that's it. Now, you have your workflow up and running. Of course, if this is your first time doing this, you will need to install the credential for Google Sheets. For that, you first need to create a Gmail account in order to use Google Sheets products. Here is my workflow. It contains 3 steps. The first step is a very important one. This step allows me to create the idea, and in addition to the idea, of course, also the prompt to launch it on VEO in order to create the video. And then a final module that allows you to publish this video on various social networks. For me, this is where it gets interesting. In fact, let's increase the size a bit to start with the first module, to understand a little how it works and how it runs quickly. Here we have a trigger With this trigger, it actually launches every day at midnight. Of course, you can change it and set it to run every hour if you want. So once it's triggered, what will it do? It will call this module, but inside this module, we're going to try to create the idea. That means I'm going to tell it, okay, create an idea for me. I personally focused way too much on creating videos with this character. But be careful, there are a lot of models available in the system. If I come back here to look at the different systems that exist today, there are a huge number of models I can use with the creation of VEO. And today, there are so many examples that I can create an unlimited number of videos thanks to this system. So when it comes to thinking of an idea, rest assured that there are always examples that are pre-installed. So at this point, you can go here. I'll leave you the link in the description so you can take a look at the different scenarios that are available. Look, everything you're seeing here are predefined templates that you can use to tell your own story. And it's these templates that will do what's needed to create your film for you in just a few seconds. And that's what's really impressive. I'm sure you've come across this a lot on social media. So today, it's simple and clear. The production, now once I'm on the template that generates the idea for me, here it's a template that creates a prompt specifically for VEO. Because VEO needs to receive a prompt that follows specific standards in order to understand your scenario and simply create it. So for me, I'm actually using an intermediary here to get an API on VEO. So what I'm going to do with you now is run this workflow to create right now a new video. Here I click, as you can see, on execute workflow. So now it's going to start. And as you can see here, it found the idea and of course saved this idea here in my new Excel file right here. And what it's doing now is actually starting the creation process. So the idea, the prompt is there, and now I'm waiting about 10 minutes for the video to be prepared. So we're going to wait a little while for the video to be prepared so that I can retrieve the file and actually upload the video to my Google Sheets file. All right, let's try to make things a bit simpler. So for part 3, which is about publishing, we don't need it right now, so I can disable it. I'm just going to focus on creating the video because the part that lets me create posts for social networks, we've already worked a lot on that. I've talked about it in several videos, and of course, I'll leave you the link to Bluetato in the description so you can easily create a Bluetato account, which is an excellent API that lets you publish in just a few seconds. So here I'm just going to let it run until it's finished. But of course I can check whether the video creation is in progress or not. Because here, if I open this, it tells me that it's pending. And if I go back to my API, you'll see that here in the requests, it's in progress. So now I'm simply waiting for the video to be successfully completed. So I'm waiting for it to actually give me the 200 code indicating that the video is finished. Generally, it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. So we'll just wait a little while for the video to be prepared. And there you go, the video has just finished, so it only took 3 minutes, which is good. So the result is 200. If I go back to my workflow, I can see that, of course, since we added a bit more, I'm waiting for it to finish here, but I can obviously view my video. So now I'm going to click to check together the quality of the result of this video. So there you have it. The video is actually still running in the mountains because that's basically the prompt, right? But after that, you can change the prompt and let the system imagine a scenario however it wants. And here, the video is an 8-second video that has just been generated, and that's very interesting. So I'll also take this opportunity to talk a bit about the cost because it's very important to know the cost. So today, actually, the app is it's not expensive because right now to make a video of this quality with this kind of result, truly a cinematic result, it tells us that it will cost, if you don't include music, no video. Without adding audio, it's $0.5 per second. If you include audio, it's $0.75 per second. Here, for example, for 5 seconds of video, you would have to pay $3.75. By the way, I can actually check how much it cost me. So here I can look at the pricing. So let's try to go back to the home page here. I'm going to go to billing. So here I can actually see what I've spent today on creating videos. So here I've spent $13.5, but I've created about, let's say, 4 demo videos. And of course, that's the price you pay for this kind of quality. But be careful, as I mentioned, with what we can do today on social media. Take this TikToker as an example. This is actually an account that was just created, but look at the number of views. It's incredible. 3.8 million, 3.3 million. I'm sure among these videos, I'm sure you've come across people somewhere who make this kind of video. It's all about millions. We're only talking about millions. It's really huge, actually, this quality. It's a system that's capable of generating an enormous number for you. Just look at the likes. It has 814,000 likes on a channel. That's 100% created with a workflow. So here, of course, we stopped it at this point. At Blue Tato, we didn't actually want it to finish, but up to this point, it has retrieved the video. We're going to see here how he managed to retrieve the video. And there you go. The video has just been retrieved here. That's great. And now, of course, we asked it to save this. So that's why here, if I go into my file, there you go, I find the URL. Once I have the URL, of course, the system will call on Blue Tato to handle all the uploading and saving. I've made a lot of videos about Blue Tato on my YouTube channel, which you can watch and find there. So we've clearly explained how Blue Tato will handle the publishing. I'll actually leave you the link if you want. And now I simply have a workflow that's able to generate really high quality videos, find a script, publish them, and of course, all the work you need to do is alongside this prompt. I chose this character, but if you want to use other characters or different video qualities, there are a lot of options available today. So the official website is actually DeepMind, Google. So here I'm actually showing you the site. You can find a lot of examples here to get a sense of the style and understand what kinds of videos and films you can create, whether it's for your advertising or for your company's visual identity. There are so many things you can do, and be aware that views are skyrocketing these days thanks to this kind of creation. And even the script, as we mentioned, you won't be the one writing it, it's the systems, they are the ones actually doing it, so it's the system. Look here, this is the input. You provide an input, and it's capable of giving you an output, like removing or adding information. Look here, this man isn't there, and here you can really see him look at the effect. So there are so many features that this system is really a hit right now. And this workflow, you can use it to really optimize your social network. So if you've stayed until this part of the video, it means you're someone interested in n8n workflows. So I'm going to give you a gift. If you're interested in learning how to create this workflow from A to Z, that means really learning about each node, what it does, and how to build it. I've created it on this website, so I'm giving you the URL. It's Dr. Firas, VP. You go there and you'll find that I've put together a pack of 26 courses on automation. There's Make, there's n8n, and there's No Code. And I just added right now, at this very moment, a new course that will simply allow you to create this workflow from A to Z. So in this pack, the bonus is that you scroll down here, you click there, and you enter YT20. So if you use this coupon, you'll immediately get a special discount from my YouTube community. The same goes for the second pack, which contains 126 courses, including n8n, No Code, and Make as well. So you enter YT20, apply the code, and you'll see the discount. Plus, you have a 14-day guarantee, because I know that after 14 days, you'll be independent when it comes to creating n8n workflow. Once you register, you'll find yourself on this interface. Here, you'll see all my workflows as well as all my courses that are currently bestsellers on Udemy. So you just need to select the course that interests you. This one is for Google VEO3 with n8n, and this one, for example, is another course. You just have to click, and you see that there's always the workflow to download. The documentation is always here. And you'll find all my videos here. You'll see that when I click here, you'll see that I actually show you how I set up all the necessary parameters. So the courses are really designed for beginners, for people to whom I show as I create the workflow exactly how I do it. So it's not just about the end result, but about the process of learning to create and becoming independent. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.